beautiful freaks, welcome to a brand new episode of FREAKQUELS. I'm EJ Leeson, and with me today is my co-host, the friendly neighborhood car thief, Rory Colorasi.
You're never gonna let that go.
I can't. I have to bring it up every single
Yeah,
time.
it's not cool. I carjacked you, 3 times?
Yeah.
And you just keep bringing it up. And on the air, too.
Well, that's how we became
You know the
friends.
feds are listening.
I know they're listening.
And you know what? You guys aren't going to get me. Every time you're in my house, guess where I'm not? In my house. You know who's tapped? You guys.
You have
That's
the FBI
right.
tapped.
I do.
Okay.
That's how far I've come into my crime spree.
And of course, the podkeeper himself, live and in utero, young Vince. What's up, baby?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Well, you
me
don't have
too.
to lie. We know you're not happy to be here.
Well, I'm not happy in general, but yeah, I'm
Can I
here.
give you a new line?
Yeah, I'm here now.
I'm begrudgingly here.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Good. And, of course, today we have 2 special guests, which I'm really excited about. No strangers to the show. First, horror expert and third-time frequent, Shane Purdy. What's up, buddy?
No, what's going on, dude? How are you?
I'm excellent. How about yourself?
I'm doing good.
How's life?
You know, life's good.
Life's good?
Yeah.
Just being awesome as
Yeah,
usual.
dude.
And we're all lying on this show.
Yeah,
Crushing
no,
it,
100%.
crushing it at
Life's
the
good.
bar.
I'm like, well, I don't believe
But
it.
thanks for having me and Leo, dude.
But-
We're really happy.
Huh?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Before you get to our next guest, I just want to mention I listened to Smartlist this week,
Yeah.
and do you know who their guests were this week? They
Was it
had
Shane?
Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Bill Clinton. And let me tell you, our guest lineup this week is better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know those
we
guys.
got the
Let me follow that up with who?
we got the
Who are
guest.
they? The janitors of Smartless?
Yes.
Okay.
It's cool that they're giving those young guys a shot.
Yeah.
You know?
They're probably real nervous about their first time on radio.
Yeah.
Okay. And, of course, fan favorite, Five Nights at Freddy's expert. Seriously, so many people love this guy, and we're so excited to have him back. Mr. Leo Purdy. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
How you
Leo.
doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, what's new? Anything good?
No, not really.
How's school?
Pretty good. It's I just got done with my PSSAs today, and let me tell you, it was awful.
Yeah,
That was like
man.
a very radio DJ of you.
Yeah, that was good. So why? What was so terrible about them?
They were just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was absolutely nothing fun about them. There was not one singular second where I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. No, absolutely not. Nothing was enjoyable, and I'm sad.
Oh,
I'm sad.
I'm sad.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
I
See, at
regret
least you're
it.
being honest.
Yeah, and I regret it fully.
Yeah, man. Was there one section that you're like, oh, I got this? Like, this is, I know all this. I got this. Or no?
No.
It was all awful.
You're like, oh, this is my specialty. I'm going to rock this all right now. You didn't have that kind of moment?
I mean, if it was a Five Nights at Freddy's test, I would
You'd have
known
aced
that.
How awesome would that have been?
He'd
for
have set
you?
the curve.
You're like,
I
got
won't
like a
big
math
school.
section.
I-
Five Nights at Freddy's. I know this.
That's so funny you bring that up. When I was a kid, my fantasy in school would be like, man, I just wish they would do like a pop quiz on X-Men. I would crush it so hard.
Solve for X-Men.
I've been watching the heck out of that cartoon. I can answer any question they got.
That's like a little kid fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a test on the Civil War, and you're like, please let it be about X-Men. Please let it be about X-Men.
Yeah. Pop quiz, please be about X-Men. Please be about X-Men. Or I'm like, I wish the teacher would just do like a drawing contest. And I'm like, I could do that. I'm like, please.
Teacher get you all like, okay, we're gonna actually do this really big history test. We're just gonna push that to the side and have a drawing contest.
Like, yeah, let's go.
The teacher who lost his job that year.
I'm like, I could draw The Simpsons. Just throw me up there. I could draw whoever you want me to. and they're like, "Look at the work on this." It's a very a Christmas Story.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
you're
was
like Ralphie.
Yeah, I had like those Ralphie moments where I'd be like, "Please just like call me up to the board," and I could just draw something, and everyone's like, "Yeah."
Everybody else has to do math problems. Your teacher's just like, "Hey kid, draw me Bart Simpson."
And I'm like, "Got it."
It looks
like,
good.
A+, get out of here.
BJ gets to draw a picture.
And I'm like up there.
People are just like throwing your roses for some reason.
Yep. But yeah, so let's talk about movies.
No, let's keep going with school.
Let's go about my childhood.
Yeah, let's go
fantasies.
back to like what you wish school was.
Wait, do you ever do that though, Leah?
Yes, all the time, actually.
Daydream?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
daydream.
you never grow out of that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I daydream for most of these episodes. That's why a lot of times I hear someone go, "Roy, wake up." I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, I'm here doing this.
Guys, I'm here. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Hey, Leo, real quick. It's cool to have you back because I posted the Five Nights at Freddy's episode and just got hammered with like text messages and stuff from people who are just like, "Dude, that kid's awesome. He's hysterical." And
Cool.
so yeah, you're making us look good. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, man, you made us look really good.
Yeah, usually the reviews are bad.
You're like, "Who's that host? He sucks."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's Vince."
Thanks.
Throw it towards Vince.
The worst review we got was, why would they let that carjacker on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. See how I just brought that joke back?
That's
good comedy.
It's a callback. Good work.
callback.
I like
Thank
that. Yeah.
Yeah, good thinking, Abe Lincoln.
But seriously, I carjack people all the time. And I'll get you one day, listener.
Bravo!
Yes. Do it. You have to do that.
I'm doing the little... What would you call that?
I don't know what you would call that.
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's a great visual bit for an audio medium. Thank you guys. I always appreciate that and air quotes. I really like that. Thank you guys.
Yep.
There's
And we
parts
do
of
that
this.
all the time. Our visual
So many
mediums are
visuals.
so good here.
All you people at home are just missing out on like half the show. So we got puppets,
Yeah.
shadow puppets,
Shadow puppets.
No sock puppets. Not allowed.
Hand signals.
Winnie the Poohing.
Winnie the Poohing, which is one of Vince's favorite things to do.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
rocking
Guilty.
out.
Yeah, good stuff.
So, what are some new movies you got to see lately, Rory?
We'll start with Vince.
Vince.
I rewatched a movie, which I swore not to do, but I rewatched Hellraiser Bloodline. We'll talk about that later. It was
Yay.
good. Second rewatch, I don't know if I think I appreciated it more.
Oh.
So it was, yeah, I really appreciated the visuals. I don't.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we'll get into
go.
that.
Cool.
Also, I liked this movie. This was the only other thing that I watched, apart from. What is it? Secrets of the Elephant on Disney, which was phenomenal. I don't know if that classifies as a movie. It was an hour and a half, so that kind of classifies.
I mean, most movies run about an hour and a half.
Yeah, anyway,
What's so secretive about those elephants?
they have so many secrets.
What do they have to hide?
I
It's
know
all
their
stored in the
memory
trunk.
is out of control,
Yeah.
but like, wait.
Yeah.
So they also
The secrets are in
keeping
the trunk.
secrets?
Yep, in the trunk. That's where they keep them.
So that's where you're at?
Yep, that's where I'm at. What'd you
Okay,
guys
so-
do? Anything cool?
Well, I'm going to ask Leo and Shane about something. So there's been this thing going on called Spider-Man Mondays. Leo, was this your first time seeing the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, or have you seen them before?
I've seen them before.
You've seen them before?
Yeah.
So, like, how do you feel about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies?
Oh,
Every
they're-
Monday they've been showing it, like all the live-action Spider-Man movies. So,
I gotcha.
Monday they showed Spider-Man 2. The week before they showed the original Spider-Man. And I'm curious about your thoughts, good sir.
Oh, they're pretty good. I liked all of them,
Yeah?
especially part 2.
2's awesome.
Yeah, 2 was awesome.
I think 2 is the best.
It is the
Spider-Man movie.
best movie for sure.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
This
Yeah.
first one
It's
has like
amazing.
some of my favorite Spider-Man moments in it, but I think
Yes.
2 just as a film is the best of the Spider-Man movies.
I agree.
Yeah.
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 What'd you say about Green Goblin?
I think even though part 2 is the best movie, the Green Goblin's probably my favorite villain out
Yeah,
of the
man.
Sam Raimi ones.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite Spider-Man villain ever.
So you
Yeah.
haven't. So you
Yeah,
haven't
dude.
seen 3, and you haven't seen Venom, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, you've seen Venom.
Oh yeah.
And did you see Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, I've seen Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
And Venom wasn't your favorite villain?
I like Venom. It's probably my second.
No, you're probably right about
Vince,
that.
will you stop shaking the child?
I don't know.
Stop.
Bart Simpson
No,
joke.
Willem Dafoe
Vince,
is
could you
awesome
stop
as well.
asking questions with
That's the Green
pointing
Goblin.
your gun?
Yeah.
Your gun is digging
They're
into
gonna
my
agree
hip.
with you, man.
Did you see anything else besides the first? We'll just say first two Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, the first two Spider-Man one. Me and my dad went to the theater today and watched Abigail.
Oh,
Yeah,
how
we
was
saw
that? I didn't see it yet.
Oh, dude, that was amazing.
Was
Yeah,
it?
I really
amazing.
liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
liked
a
it
lot.
too. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I loved it.
saw it?
I saw it on Friday. Well, no, I think it was like Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday opening night, and I went and loved it. I thought it was it's really funny
Yeah.
and and creepy too, but and super bloody. So it's a good time.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
Awesome-tacular.
definitely worth it.
I want to see it. I just burned a lot of bridges with movie theaters because
Yeah.
it turns out a lot of the managers I've carjacked.
Oh,
It
right.
happens.
yeah.
It's really becoming a problem. I've realized. Can't even go to the Mannings anymore.
No.
At least you don't got
Yeah.
a car payment, you know what I mean? Good flow.
That's
And
good.
the other thing, the parking on your street is just atrocious with all those cars.
I know. I've got
going
so
out.
many cars now. It's so cool.
This-
Whenever one runs out of gas, I just carjack someone. I'm saving a bundle.
Are you living your life like GTA 5? What are you doing?
Yeah. I played that video game for the first time, and I'm like, that's the way I'm going to
This
be.
is right.
Yeah, this seems right.
This feels right.
Yeah, I'm
Why
going
are
to check
more
out
people
Abigail.
doing this?
Maybe by the time we do our next episodes, I'll say, I also saw Abigail.
Yeah.
Put down the carjacking career for a little while.
I saw Abigail, loved it. I thought it was amazing. And then I saw Arcadian with a Nicolas Cage and Bill Denenbar, like from the new It.
Okay.
I forget his name, Jaden.
Jaden Lee or
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was like, man, and then it's a Shudder movie. I'm like, Shudder is like killing it this year because I love Late Night with the Devil, and then I saw this and I'm like, okay, they're like top 3 movies for me, and so they have 2 in my top 3 already. So Shudder is
cool.
crushing it. And I also saw Sasquatch Sunset, which was
Which is a movie you just made up.
no, it's
Oh, really?
It's a real movie starring Jesse Eisenberg, and
Oh, thank you, by the way. You just made me remember what I watched. Go ahead.
did you see it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But you made me remember something I watched.
Yeah, there's no dialogue throughout the whole movie. They're all Sasquatch, and they're just making their way from one area to another, and it's very I don't know how to explain it, but it's a lot of grunting and visual comedy.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really funny. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of peeing on things, and
That's
like
a good
usual.
bit.
Yeah,
Ask Adam
that's a good
Farley.
bit. Yeah, exactly.
So, one of the movies I just rewatched was The Social Network.
Oh,
we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, I had this urge to watch The Social Network.
Love
and,
it.
Yeah, that's a very, very that's a perfect movie.
It is.
That
It really
Sorkin
is.
guy's gonna make it.
That's a great script.
Hey man, you're not
know what
telling
I
me
mean?
anything I don't know there.
There's a lot of times I'm like when I watch that movie and I'm just like I'm just completely gone.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sitting there geeking out hardcore, just like wow, like that dialogue. I feel like that subject matter in the hands of somebody else could be kind of boring.
Yes.
And it gives it such like an urgency.
Yes.
Everything just seems so
And
important in the movie.
Sorkin's amazing, but they were lucky to get Eisenberg to deliver it the way that he did, which I thought was
Yeah, because
fantastic.
he has like such a off-putting,
Yeah.
and almost stoic performance.
Yes.
and so it's so hard to read how he's feeling in a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
And he's just brilliant, and Andrew Garfield is outstanding in it.
Yeah,
He
he's
is in everything,
definitely-
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say Andrew Garfield is like one of my favorite parts of that movie because it's just by
Yeah.
the end that scene. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but that
Dude,
scene
it's
where
so
he-
old. There's no spoiler.
You got
free reign.
It sucks.
Spoiler.
Sometimes I'm like I bring up movies up to people thinking they've seen them
I'll-
and they're just like, "What?" I'm like, "Fine."
I'll help you. Hey guys, Facebook was successful.
Mark Zuckerberg
Never took off.
did all right. He
But
did
no,
all right.
that scene at the very end with him and Mark is like it's heartbreaking. You know,
Yeah.
you know who's perfect in that? Is
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
So Justin Timberlake isn't Justin Timberlake in that movie. Like, he's Justin Timberlake in every other movie he's ever been in, but in that movie, he's a believable somebody else character.
You
You know what I
just
mean?
want to punch him in the face.
Yes, he pulls that off.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
wonderful in that.
But with that being said, let's get into a movie that I absolutely love and would never walk out of because this movie rocks. And I'm
Leo, what are we watching today?
We are watching drumroll.
boom, 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 boom.
Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gave you a bad lead-in because I'm like, what are we watching? We're not watching anything.
Did we watch?
We're
We're
just talking.
Yeah, we're just going to stay here and talk about how our life's going.
Yeah.
Just talk.
We should just announce like what we make everybody think we're going to review, but then we'll just talk. About other things.
Talk. No, people love banter. It's all good.
Let's see.
So
Not
Vince,
Look at my phone.
tell me about your childhood.
Well, it all started.
Why is it still going on?
Why do people still call you Old Smokey? No, but today we're talking about Friday the 13th, Part 3. Now, when was the first time you watched this movie?
I honestly don't remember. I mean, it was
Yeah.
probably like single digits.
Yeah, same.
Most of the Friday the 13th franchise I saw when I was like young. Way too young.
How about you, Shane?
First time I saw it, I don't remember. I was probably like 7 or 8, dude. I remember going to Blockbuster and I would get like Friday the 13th Part 1, and I'm like, okay, this isn't Hockey Mask Jason. Next one, Friday the 13th Part 2, another no Hockey Mask Jason, and then finally on the third one.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's this goddamn mask?
Yeah,
Is this the right franchise? I got this lady,
right?
guy with a bag on his head.
What the hell am I watching, man?
What's this?
Everyone swears he
Yeah.
has a hockey mask. I ain't seen shit. How about you, Leo? When was the first time you watched Friday the 13th, Part 3?
I think I was like, I was like 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
I think, yeah.
That's probably the
Yeah.
roundabout. And then Vince, this is the first time you watched it, right?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday, you say?
I started to watch it Sunday with Rory with no sound on.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we were like kind of riffing on
We're
it a little
riffing on it a little
bit.
bit, yeah.
yeah.
But here's what I would say is I think we got about halfway through the movie with no sound, and then we started to get busy at the bar. I went home and watched it, and I knew everything that was going on, even without the sound. Like, I was able to follow the plot with it.
Yeah.
So, it's really good storytelling, I would say.
You know what? That's the thing. The guy who directed it, Steve Miner, he's a very good director.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's done episodes of, like, The Wonder Years. He did Halloween H2O, which I think is
It's
a really
one of the
well-directed
best.
movie.
Yeah.
The pacing on that movie is, like, so good. I met him at a Monster Mania, and I was telling him that. Like, the H2O is, like, I think one of the first movies I saw as a kid where I was like, this movie doesn't pump the brakes. It just keeps going and going and going. It's really, really well paced, and all the characters
Yes.
are like very strong. And I'm not going to say that's the same case here, where the characters are very strong, but still, it still has that sort of rhythm to it, you know.
So one of the things that I said to Rory, and just to not really getting ahead, but it kind of is, there's a shot of the guy in the bathroom, or I think it was that.
Which
One of those
Harold?
scenes. Well, yeah.
Which character? There's a
there
couple
was-
people
yes.
in the bathroom in this movie.
I just remember saying to Rory, I was like, that looks really good. The way that they start up high and then they come down to like eye level and then they pan over, and I just thought,
Harold, yeah.
yeah, Harold. And I was just
Harold,
like that.
yeah.
Even without sound, like that looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks really well done. So yeah, good on them.
It's deceptively well made.
Yeah. I also have to preface this with every time I think of a horror movie, I think of these cheesy 80 slumber party massacre type things, and some of this stuff is actually, sometimes it's well done, and this is one of those.
I feel like
So good on them.
maybe
Alright.
you'll agree with this, but the first two, I think, kind of have like that low budget, borderline indie feel. And the third
Definitely.
one sort of feels like they were like, okay, so this is a really popular franchise. Here's some money, take it out to California. So it kind of has more of that polished sort of look to it.
Definitely.
They had a dolly budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, get him on a skateboard. Hold the
Use
camera and push him.
that. Yeah. Use that dolly as much as we can. But
That's when you know you've made it, when they're just like, you have dolly money.
but I also watched this as a young kid. Loved it.
How old were you?
I was probably like 6 or
So
something.
again,
yeah.
way too young. But anyway,
The right age. I was the right age. But yeah, let's get into the breakdown of this movie. So the film starts with a little flashback to part 2.
Last time on Friday the 13th.
And cuz
Previously on Friday.
which was super beneficial to me.
yeah, I was just going to say cuz one day someone like Vince would need some clarification.
Did you notice who the star was?
No.
So we watched April Fool's Day.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were saying
Amy
the girl,
Steele.
Amy Steele.
Amy Steele. Now, did this help? This flashback? You were like, oh, I got everything I needed from this flashback?
No, no, not at all. Not even close. Like I got little bits here and there. I'm like that kind of helped throughout, but yeah, no.
No, yeah, I was
This
like,
guy's gonna kill people. I get
Yeah.
that now.
yeah, I was like, I don't know if this is like as helpful as I think it is.
No. That was a producer saying, let's just start with a bunch of old B-roll.
I
from
think they were
last
just
film.
kind of like, let's catch the audience up,
That's fine.
or let's pad the running time.
That's it. That's what I mean.
I think that's what it was for.
One thing though, because it was also a Steve Miner movie, 2
Yeah.
and 3, so he's basically showing pieces of
Oh,
his
there's only
previous
old
movie.
work, yeah.
But there's a shot in that I really like. It's Amy Steele. She kind of steps in front of a window, and you see Jason kind of like running toward that shack.
Yeah.
And I always thought
Yeah.
that was cool. He's got like the bag on his head, and it's a creepy shot.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
The
Creepy
bag is
stuff.
scarier than the mask. I'll say that.
Really?
The
I
whole
think so.
like town that dreaded sundown look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I think
look.
that's scarier. Yeah.
Yeah. I do too.
What do you think? What do you prefer, Leo?
Do you like the
Do you
bag or the hockey
Batman,
mask?
or do you like the hockey mask?
What do you think?
There are no wrong answers here, except
Except there
Except
there is
wrong
one
answer.
wrong answer. So you better answer right.
All right.
I don't care is also an answer.
Yeah.
just shrug for us. So I don't care.
I don't care, man.
You just be like, I don't care, nerds.
You nerds.
He's got better things to worry about.
You have to be so specific. Who cares? He's killing people. That's what I care about. That's what moves me, man.
Yeah.
One little thing though,
Yeah.
Amy Steele kind of wish that she carried over into this movie.
I do too.
Just saying
She was
that.
great. She was I think she's one of the best final girls.
Most people say she's the best in the entirety of the Friday the 13th movies. And
I
you know,
would say
if
so.
you watch them again, like you remember that box that came out?
Yeah.
I bought it, and in that whole week, I would just one night,
Watch each one.
New Friday the 13th movie. And she is, I think, the best actress. Her and the one that played Megan. Friday the 13th, yeah.
Yeah.
They're both lots of fun. So
Yeah.
Megan.
I would say so too. So we get this
Agreed.
flashback, and then we get the funky score that kicks in
The
for
best
the title
score.
sequence.
The score that should be
I
playing
love it.
at all Halloween parties.
It should be in the Saturday Night Fever, not so much Friday the 13th Part 3, but still love it.
How dare you?
No, I feel like this is like something you would hear at like a disco club. It's like
For sure.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
There's no argument there.
And this
But
also
it does have a cool, like, you're throwing a Halloween party for your friends.
Yeah.
You have that playing in the background. It's got
Yeah.
that cool, like,
and it's,
you got Leo dancing over here in our visual medium.
so
This is not.
I love it, and I also love that for the title sequence they have like the words like
The
shooting out in
80s,
3D.
very 80s.
Yeah, they're like, just in case you don't know, this movie's
Definitely
was
3D.
shot for 3D. And you're like, okay.
I'm just happy that they didn't make some of the shots in this movie obvious that they were doing it in 3D.
Oh, you think
Yeah.
so? Oh, interesting.
This movie was always known for its subtlety.
Was this a movie that you had to wear the 3D glasses
Oh,
for?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the red and the blue thing?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Throughout the whole thing, or was there like a little thing in the corner that said
No,
put it
I
on
think
now?
this was throughout the
thing.
whole movie.
Was
Yeah,
it? Wow.
yeah. Like
1,
in
2, 3.
later on in Freddy's Dead Part 6, they only have it for like one scene.
Okay.
Towards the end, and they're like, "This is the time to put on your glasses,"
Okay,
and
cool.
you're like,
Which
"Okay."
is so stupid.
This doesn't take me out of the movie at all.
Oh, what?
Okay. Which I can't wait to cover that one day too.
No.
No, I think you're
I
gonna
don't
love
think
it.
I have a choice.
Yeah. So it's a stormy night, and at the Crystal Lake shop, it's like a variety shop. They have groceries and bait and whatever.
It's a bait and tackle and grocery gas station store convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how goofy it is that the characters keep pointing at stuff at the camera, reminding us like, "Hey, this is a 3D movie." And they have like a pole, and he's like,
Are you talking about Harold?
Yeah, Harold. Yep.
Harold was great.
So Harold and his wife Maud.
Let's just call her Maud.
Let's just call her Maud.
Super Mario.
In my notes, I put the leads.
The leads.
Like, did the script read two degenerate types?
Yes.
You know, like
Right.
what is their relationship? Do you think?
Why are
Does
they
she seem
living at the store?
inside? Becca asked that. She's like, "Are they like living in the store?"
I was like, do they live in here? Like, what is this situation?
I just want to know what their relationship is like. Like, she seems
Yeah.
like the kind of person that would be really excited to like emasculate him in front of his friends.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. She would be like, "Oh, Harold, go do that right now, you idiot."
Yeah, his friends are just like uncomfortable. It's like rubbing their necks, like, "Oh shit."
Which is why he hides a fifth of Jack Daniels in the bathroom.
You spend a little bit of time with them, and all the other guys go home and buy their wives flowers.
Yeah, they're like,
Thanks
"I am
for not
so
being
sorry."
like her.
Yeah. So then, so this couple, Harold and Maud, run this store, but live in there too. And eventually, Jason comes along, and he's sick of their 3D antics, and he ends up killing the two. By the way, Rory, let's talk about all the animal acting in the scene.
We were gonna get there. I got it all written down.
Got a whole page of
I
it.
do.
You got a bunny, a snake,
goldfish.
a goldfish, an albino rat.
A mouse is in there. This movie
or
has
mouse, yeah.
mouse representation. It's got it all.
Yeah, and it's albino too.
Did you know that was the goldfish? That was their first movie.
No, I did not know that.
Because I thought they were like incredible.
Yeah,
You know?
their work was it moved me.
It went swimmingly.
Right.
Bunny, I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, Cheryl Hopper. Yeah, she was great.
Oh, is that Cheryl Hopper?
Yeah, that's Cheryl Hopper.
Oh,
Yeah, she was
interesting.
great. And then the snake, Sean Cunningham. and the rat, Al Pacino. He's great too.
EJ, just real quick.
Yeah.
People at home, you can't see this, but I'm about to give him a high five for that one.
Yes.
How did
They
you guys
heard it.
like the animals in this movie?
Oh, they're pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
No.
Did they have a fishing line attached to the snake to pull it towards the camera?
That's not the last time you'll see that.
I know.
It's
'Cause
coming
you
back.
see that a lot. Because I was like, is that attached to the snake? And they just like pulled the snake because it looks like it, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are a couple moments where it looks like the thing they want to be in 3D is attached to like fishing line or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
But you see it and it's awkward, but you just push past it.
You're like, okay.
Because
All right.
the intention is good.
It's not
Yeah.
worth questioning.
Yeah, just let it go. Let it go.
I did like when Al Pacino was on that board walking towards like the 3D work that he did. He didn't need any strings. He got
No,
it.
dude, he got it in one take.
Yeah, he hit his marks and he was like, all right, see you guys later.
Yeah.
Took off. And
Dude, I really appreciated all the animal actors. I swear to God, this movie, right out of the gate, it was just like, here's what you want to see.
Yeah.
And then they introduced me to this crummy cast.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just kidding. I like
Yes.
the cast in this. But
So
in comparison to Snake, none of them could hold a candle. Was
So-
that the Snake from April Fool's Day? Another
Yeah.
Frank Van
It looks-
Cuso production?
Yeah. It looked like it, right?
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
What was his name?
Could be.
Jake Plissken?
Jake Plissken.
Snake
Callbacks.
Plissken.
So
Wait.
we cut to a van.
Wait,
Oh,
you
go
got something?
ahead.
Yeah. See, are we to the part where spoilers? Are we at the part where Jason's about to kill Maud?
Oh, yeah. I said that
Okay.
they got killed. But go ahead. What do you
Okay.
have to say about it?
The thing I like I noticed when he kills her, it's like he plays with her. Like he acts like he's there, but he's not, and then he does it again like a few times, and then like she's like, "Oh, it's just my imagination," and then he just kills her.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
That's how I prefer to do it.
Yeah.
That's how Dad did
That's
it.
a good observation.
Little Iron Man reference. So we cut to a van full of new cast.
Oh, the cleaver
members.
in the gut, by the way.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, that was so
kinda
good.
just comes down it's very blunt. It's just kind of like, it's done.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay.
All right.
Poor
There goes
Harold.
Harold. Yeah, he was great though. I actually enjoyed Harold, and we did get a little bathroom action from Harold. Is that the shot you were
Yeah, I
talking
like
about?
that. Yeah.
He's number. That's like the first time we see somebody in the bathroom in this movie. But I thought the casting of all the side characters was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Because he didn't look like Hollywood man.
No.
You know what I mean?
He looked like Super Mario.
he looks like the kind of guy that hangs out at a deli.
Yeah.
It's me, Harold.
And then we were talking at the bar about Maud.
Yes.
With the
Oh, the curlers.
and
God.
what'd you call it? It was like a house
The
dress.
house dress. My grandma would call that a schmata.
Yeah, she looked like one of the Golden Girls.
100%.
What was it called?
A schmata.
I love that.
She was like, "Are your friends coming over? I need to change out of my schmata."
I love that. I love that. So we cut to a van full of new cast members. We have Shelley, the nerdy horror fan. He's awesome.
Jonah Hill prototype.
Yeah. Yeah. And he has
Hey,
horrible
I'm gonna do a
comedic timing.
I'm gonna do a take 2 of that joke.
Okay.
Seth Rogen prototype.
Perfect. Any other prototypes?
I thought he looked like a young Larry David.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that at all. But
Yeah, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're just.
Your opinion sucks. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Remember we asked you to bring good opinions?
Yeah, sorry.
That wasn't one of them.
Never gonna bring him again.
Keep them to yourself.
Your fucking mouth shut.
Why am I here?
We need you on this podcast, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without you.
Yeah.
Seriously, I hate you.
So we have Shelley, the nerdy horror fan with horrible comedic timing. Andy, who's too cool for fools. And then we have Chris, who's a nice girl with a dark past. She's like, oh yeah, I haven't been to the lake in a while because there's something that happened to me.
I like that she detailed her own name onto the van. Did you notice that?
I did notice that. It's
Last night I was like, how did I not notice that in 30 years since I saw this movie?
I noticed that. I was like, oh, that's cool. She put her name on the van. And I'm like, that's neat, I guess,
This is her name.
That's her name. And then, just in case we forget her character's name, it's like, oh, it's
and
written
you will.
on the van. And you will. And then we have Vera, who's Shelley's date. She's we don't really know much about her. And then we have a Kmart Cheech in the back. Looks just like
Loved him.
Yeah?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I bet you did.
What is that supposed
That's your
to mean?
speed.
And his girlfriend, who just
Know your lane.
doesn't have a name. She just goes throughout this
Stoner
whole movie.
girlfriend.
Cheech's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, she
She has
girlfriend.
no name.
she's literally just like they probably just pushed her onto the set.
They
She
grabbed her
wasn't
off
in the
the
script. They're like, we need another person in this movie. You'll do.
You'll do.
She's like the craft services lady.
No talking.
yeah.
Get out
We
there.
pay you extra for that.
How do you feel about the characters in this movie, Shane? And the grand scheme of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, we
canon
forgot
fodder.
Andy's pregnant girlfriend.
I want to talk about that in a moment.
Carrie
but go ahead.
Fisher, almost look alike,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Sure.
And then her name is Debbie. But yeah, go ahead.
Debbie.
Debbie.
Daddy.
I mean, all the characters are just Friday the 13th characters. I don't know. They're I don't like them. They're not. I don't know. There's nothing about any of them that you know what I mean? Was attracted to. But they're.
You have no attachment. You just can't wait for them to die.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. I mean, the main girl, interesting. I want to know what her backstory is at this point. You know what I mean? And then Cheech, he's kind of cool. And then
Kinda.
yeah. And then who else we got?
Shelley.
Shelley.
Yeah.
I like
And then
Anybody that can juggle
Jonah
on
Hill,
and on.
dude, he's kind of cool too. So I mean,
Yeah.
they're all right. Kind of excited for them to.
I asked you that question because sometimes we have people on this show and I realize that I don't engage the way I should.
Yeah. Yep.
So I wanted to bring you guys in to the conversation more.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I liked Shelley. Shelley was my favorite character.
Yeah. He's different,
originally.
kind of different for these movies.
Right. Yeah. He's very different.
Yeah, Andy is the guy you would see in these movies. And then
Yes.
there's Shelley, who's like, I'm an actor, so like I fake my death and creep people out. Like, I'm not sure what his thing is.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, his performance is dead acting. He's like, I hope to be an extra in Law and Order one of these days. Right in the beginning when they find me dead in the park.
So there's also another first for one of these movies, and I'm very confused by it. So like at the very front of the film, Debbie says that she's pregnant,
Yeah,
and it never comes up again.
I think it comes up once.
She says it
Like,
before
later,
they get to
but
Higgins.
that's it.
Higgins Haven, is that what it's called?
Yeah, hey, yeah.
So like they bring it up twice before they reach their destination, and then it never comes up again. And I feel like there's like missing footage or something, because like later on, she's like, forget it, Andy, I don't want that beer, as if she came to some sort of thing. I don't know.
Like, oh yeah, you know what? I am pregnant.
Yeah, like I shouldn't drink that beer.
I don't need that beer anymore.
The way that she said it was like messed up. She was like, I couldn't get a flight to Texas, so I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
She's like, I can't eat pot. I can't eat pot with you. I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the second time she brings it up.
Yeah, and then it never
They have to
comes up
skirt-
again.
Yeah, that's it.
We're not even like 10 minutes into the movie. She brings it up, and then it just never comes up.
Maybe
again.
that's her way of getting out of peer pressure. She's like, oh, I can't do that. I'm pregnant. I'm going to start using it.
That'd be funny if you're just like, oh, Debbie keeps telling everybody she's pregnant. It's like her thing. She's always doing that.
She's so funny. That's her thing.
Yeah, she's a rascal.
So, the van, they're taking a trip to the lake, and along the way, they almost drive over this old man who pops up, and he has an eyeball. And he's kind of like the new Crazy Carl, I guess.
Ralph?
Or Crazy Ralph, yeah.
Asshole.
I meant to say Ralph, yeah.
Was he from San Francisco, like looking for gold?
Dude, I have it in my notes.
Yeah.
I thought he was on his way to find gold in the mountains.
Yeah, and he's like, it's weird because he's using like pirate lingo. You know what I mean? He actually goes, "Ye are in danger, ye," and I'm like, "Whoa, all right." Like, what time period is this guy from?
Ooh, maybe there's time travel going on in this
Yeah,
movie.
and then why does he just have a random eyeball? Like, he's like, check this
I
out.
found this.
No,
Yeah.
didn't he say Jason gave it to him as a warning? I thought he said that.
Jason gave him an eyeball?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did say that.
Where was that
Yeah.
scene?
Jason's just gifting things to people now.
Jason's just not good with gifting.
He's like, hey man, I just want to drop this off for you.
Thanks.
Happy anniversary, honey.
The guy's just like sleeping in the middle of the road. Jason kneels down. He's like, here, get your life together.
I know you're on the hard times. Here's an eyeball. This belonged to
Yeah,
Harold.
looks nice. Nice and shaved.
Yeah. So,
Also, I want to point out, looked nothing like an eye.
oh no, it
Yeah, it
didn't.
didn't.
Just looked like a white squiggly thing.
Yeah, it looked like shrimp. I was like, is that shrimp? Is he a pirate? I don't. What is-
Mickey's bombs away. Foxy.
Jason gave this to me. It's a shrimp. It's a piece of shrimp. It's a lake.
He's Foxy.
If you go fishing, you're gonna find shrimp.
Foxy.
Hard cut to Jason working a shift at Long John Silver's.
At the
Yeah,
fryer.
he's just like, nobody really likes that guy.
You know what? I'm gonna take this.
Jason, have you been stealing shrimp? Jason, I didn't want to have to bring this up to you, but have you been stealing shrimp? He's shaking his head like, no. Jason, empty your pockets.
It's just all shrimp.
Jason, this is coming out of your check.
That's enough shrimp to feed 4 families. What are you gonna do with all that shrimp? I plan on giving one away. It's not all for me.
I can't eat all this. I don't want to waste it.
I'm gonna give one to that guy on the road. Come on, it's not all for me.
I called Jason into the office. Jason, we know you've been stealing shrimp.
We're gonna have to let you go.
He takes off his apron, hangs it on the wall.
He takes off his apron and his silly Long John Silver's hat.
Holy shit, that's why he goes on his rampage.
That's why he's back. Okay, so
I can't do it, man. I'm feeling a bit woozy here, man.
so they get to the cabin where Chris is surprised by her boyfriend Rick, and Rick is played by a 50-year-old college student. Well, like seriously, how old is Rick?
44 at minimum.
Also, the Ed Helms prototype.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. No, but I was like, how old is Rick? Like, when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. And now that I'm like, wait a second, how old is this guy?
It's like the cast of Grease.
Hey, Chris. His voice is super deep. And I'm like, oh, he's like 50.
Maybe the friction in their relationship comes from the fact that she doesn't want to introduce him to her parents.
That and all the references are lost on him. She's like, hey, did you watch Welcome Back, Kotter yet? He's like, what is that? Did you watch Grease? What is that?
I don't want to talk about. I'm just getting over that prohibition thing.
I just saw It's a Wonderful Life a couple years ago.
Good stuff.
It was pretty good.
Hey, real quick side note, because I always notice this stuff. This movie, I don't know why, but there was an awful lot of shit on the lens.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, I
I thought it was
noticed
my
that too.
TV. We had to pause it
Yeah,
and
me
go
too.
try to wipe it up.
Yeah, you're like, is my TV filthy or did someone get sloppy on that set?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the 3D camera? Like, I have no idea, but I did notice that.
Did you stop and say to yourself, Leo, what kind of inept nonsense is that? Yeah?
Those exact words.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Wait, real quick. So, Leo, are you a bigger fan of this Friday the 13th as opposed to other ones? Is this like your favorite, or where's it rank for you?
Yeah. I liked it, but yeah, I liked it.
Yeah?
What's your favorite?
My favorite, either part 3 or part 4. Those two are probably like
Four's
one of my
awesome.
favorites. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of 4.
yeah.
Or part 6. I like part 6.
I like part 5.
Yeah, part 5.
5's awesome,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
5 is
I-
awesome. Yeah.
I don't know why. Just loved part 5 growing up. I was like, this is my this is my movie. I don't know.
5 is like filthy.
It's so gross.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Me too.
I don't care. So the group, they all settle in. Some are skinny dipping, but we don't know who because all the other characters are doing other stuff.
Best line in the movie.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I know what
Take
it
it.
is.
No, go ahead. The way you
Skinny
explained it.
dipping. But I'm not skinny enough.
But I'm not skinny. Poor Shelley.
I know.
So they're getting, their hammock beds and moving hay into the barn for some reason. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's just move all this hay into the barn since we're here.
There's a producer on set that says, we got to get him without a shirt on. Let's have him baling hay.
So 50-year-old Rick is just...
But all the actors, they chose wrong.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like Andy would have been more like,
Really? Go on.
hard at it.
Yeah. So
He was more hunky. That's what I was trying to say.
So Shelley, he pulls another prank, and people just are not feeling it. And then we get where
Yeah,
Vera,
like know your audience.
yeah, he's just
not good at- yeah,
bombing.
yeah.
Like I said, his comedic timing is just really
The worst.
off.
Yeah.
and people are not feeling it. And you would think after the first one, he's like, maybe I'll try it one more time, but
Yeah.
that's it. But he goes hard. And
Yeah, if
tries
I
it
had a
like
note
4
from
or
him,
5
I'd be like,
times.
why don't you try something funny?
Why don't you try something funny?
You're the friend that would make his life a nightmare.
Which is why I don't have friends.
Why don't you do something funny?
So Vera and
ouch.
yeah. Vera and Shelley head to the store. Vera, I guess, was going to pay in food stamps at one point because she's getting her money
No,
out.
she doesn't even get the money out. That
Yeah,
lady
she's
just-
like about
she's
to,
like
like-
a real bitch.
Yeah, and the clerk is like, we don't accept food stamps
No,
here.
we don't accept no food stamps.
Yeah, and then so Vera is like, Shelley, can I see your wallet? So Shelley throws the wallet, but it lands on the ground, and then we get where this motorcycle gang / like punks show up, and they're trying to teach Vera manners. They're like, you gotta say please and thank you. And I'm like,
And
what a
ma'am.
nice group of motorcyclists.
They're very concerned
Yeah, they're like,
What if
about
that was,
etiquette.
that was their only thing? Like, they would ride around and tell people, hey, stop chewing gum. Put that in the garbage. No
A
littering.
fun movie, wouldn't it? Like this really intimidating motorcycle gang just shows up, and you're like, oh,
Just
God,
teaching
here they
manners.
come, but they're just like, here's some good etiquette.
yeah, we're gonna show you guys etiquette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the proper fork for salad.
And they're also like, they correct grammar. They'll help you out with anything.
By
They-
the end of the movie, you're just a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, you're
And
like, I
that's-
learned something.
That's what their goal is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the score, what's really cool, the score for the movie, it becomes diegetic and non-diegetic.
I don't know what that means.
So it's sort of like the score is a score for the film, but then it's also like on the radio.
Yes.
Isn't that Source?
So like sound of in the film itself and that the characters can hear.
Source.
Verse
This music that they can't hear.
Yes.
here, which is the
Oh,
score.
I gotcha. Yeah, Source
Yeah.
versus score.
Yeah. But it's called diegenic versus non-diegenic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Diegetic,
learned something
but that's
today.
What is it?
I
I'm
thought
Diegetic.
Diegetic. Yeah.
laid eggs.
Asshole.
Oh, man, I was so
Hey,
close.
we're going to get that biker gang in here to teach you grammar.
Yeah. So Shelly and Vera leave, and Shelly backs into the motorbikes, and one of the guys, Ali,
A la Pee Wee Herman.
very Pee Wee Herman-esque. Shelly just backs over the
Did you
bike.
like when Ali smiles at him?
Yeah.
That's, a,
That's
and then
such a
Shelley
great.
smiles.
Yeah, and then Shelly is just like, and he hits their bikes. Ali gets pissed. He runs at the bug, and he starts smashing the windows.
I like how he thought that he was friendly for a second. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's okay with me
Yeah,
riding
he's
over.
alright. He's
Everybody
good.
has a bad day.
Yeah. And then Shelly's like, they deserved it, those pricks. And I'm like, all right, Shelly, like, calm down.
Like, turns the car around, he's going to run him over.
Yeah.
Did you recognize him, by the way?
Who, Shelly?
Yeah, from not Shelley, Ali.
No.
He's in a movie we covered.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He's
he
a
was
bouncer in
He was
Fright
a bouncer in Fight Night. You didn't know that?
Oh, that's right.
I only know that because Roy told me.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
You ever see Fright Night, Leo?
Yeah, but
Of course
I
you
don't
did.
remember it that much.
No. You gotta dust
Revisit.
that
Yeah.
VHS off.
Yeah.
Whatever format you choose to watch it. Beta.
So when they get back, Rick is
Beta.
pissed about his car window, and I mean rightfully so. He's like, "What'd you guys do to my bug?" And they're like, "This gang showed up and broke the windows," and then they don't apologize.
They don't show any remorse.
Yeah, they're just like, "We got our supplies. Thanks, man."
What's
for
a
the
real
ride."
fixer-upper now?
Yeah, yeah,
He's just like, wow, that's like a couple $100.
Yeah, shit happens. Get over it.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
get
Is there like,
over
it's
it.
like, were you dragging a motorcycle on your way in here?
it's like,
There's like a guy still on the motorcycle underneath the car.
I also want to point out that he
What did you
punched
do?
into the glass. They never cleaned up the glass outside of inside the car. Yeah,
No.
it's no problem.
yeah.
I
So-
feel like Rick has every reason to want to leave.
Yeah, I feel like he's like legit, like he has a reason to be mad. He's like,
Yeah.
"What'd you guys do to my bug?" Like he literally was like, "Oh, you guys are going to the store? Cool, here's my bug." And then they come back,
You're
it's all
like,
busted.
very nice. He doesn't even know who they are.
Right?
He's just being kind, and they're just like, yeah, your car's fucked up, deal with it.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's getting ready to bail, and Chris is like, just stay with me. He's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, your
Yeah.
friends are terrible, but I'll stay
Yeah,
with
they're-
you."
I hope someone kills them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll learn about your checkered past. So meanwhile, the biker gang shows up, and Ali is siphoning like the gas out of Chris's van. And
What was your observation, Vince?
He's smoking a cigarette.
oh, yeah. So you have Loco.
So
he's
dangerous.
Just has like a cigarette in
Yeah.
his mouth the whole time, and he's like carrying around gasoline, and you're like, what are these guys thinking?
Yeah.
Their etiquette, great,
Yeah.
but
Very-
But then
gas and
Ali,
fire.
Ali grabs the cigarette out of his mouth and throws it away. But then he had one backed up, of course, in the ear.
He's just like, hey,
Yeah.
whatever, man. And it just lights back up.
What
So
are you, James Dean?
yeah. And so the female biker named Fox, she goes to the barn to look around and is fascinated.
She's
like
awesome, by the way.
Oh, she's great.
She should be an action figure.
She should. She really has like such a cool aesthetic.
Yeah, the whole thing just works.
Yeah. And
She
so,
looked like she just wandered off the set of Return of the Living Dead.
She does. She really does look like she would fit in with those guys.
Yeah.
Like Trash and...
They're like,
yeah.
if they won't take you in that movie, we'll bring you into our Friday the 13th film.
Is her
You'll learn all about etiquette.
Yes.
is her nickname Fox because she has fox pelts like attached to her? She's got like the little fox tails. Is that a thing?
I never looked into it.
Do you think she's like one of those like method actresses that's just like I have like a whole backstory to this character?
You know what? I'm going to add these little fox pelts because someone one day is going to notice.
Why is your nickname Fox? Pelts.
Right here. So she's looking around the barn.
You overthought the role, miss.
And she is fascinated. Like, she's never seen the inside of a
Hey.
barn before.
Nope.
And she's like, whoa. And she's exploring. I'm like, you've never seen like a barn? And why? What about a barn?
She's
is,
a
like,
city girl,
really-
man.
Yeah, I guess
The
so.
smells, the sights, the sounds.
Yeah.
She's like
Whoa.
opening up to nature out there.
It's like her Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Like, she's like, oh my god, this is
Is this
color.
grass? Oh my gosh.
Old grass.
You know, to be fair, in these kind of movies, like slasher films primarily, a lot of those movies are people walking into rooms and looking around.
Yeah.
There's like a large amount of the film of people walking around, looking at things, and then periodically calling out to their friends saying, "Stop messing around. I'm going to be real mad.
This barn.
Stop joking around."
There must have been a lot of money that went into this barn because they use the set like 8 or 9 times. Like, every character in this movie goes into this barn at one point.
That's true.
Right? Like,
Our barn budget was huge.
Like, I was like,
That was the only place they could shoot, probably.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I know that like the barn and the goldfish budget was crazy.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get goldfish like that for cheap.
No.
So
Leo,
Ollie-
if you were ever in the woods and you were like on a camping trip and you saw an old abandoned barn, would you go into it?
Have you gone into an abandoned barn?
Oh no!
Did you ever lose your mind over like wood and hay or
Yeah.
pitchforks?
See, he gets it.
Oh my
I was kind of
gosh.
hoping you were just going to ask him, did you ever lose your mind and then just stop?
You know what? Edit. Leo, have you ever just lost your mind?
Yes. Actually, every day I
All the
lose
time.
my mind.
Yeah.
I wish you like took that like, glass bottle and broke it off the table and dived at it.
What do you mean, man?
What do you know?
What do you know?
Every day my dad has to put a shot in my hand to make me go to bed.
Don't say that.
So wait, your dad puts shots into you?
Do go on.
This just in for the listeners. Shane is putting shots into his own kids.
CYS.
So Ollie tells the other biker, Loco, to go find Fox and pour the gasoline on the barn. So he goes around the barn and he finds a very dead fox who is pretty much pitchforked through her neck.
Yeah.
And into the wall. And then
Did you know this movie was shot in 3D, by the way?
yes.
Did you know that?
Which, by the way, I guess there's a lot of pitchforks in this barn because Jason automatically just kills Loco with a pitchfork as well.
What do you think? They have one pitchfork for a barn that big? No, man. There's got to be like 6 or 7
So the budget on the barn, the goldfish, and the pitchfork.
through the roof.
They have
through
a
the roof.
plethora of pitchforks. You bought me a pitchfork rack? I
I don't
don't
even
own
own a pitchfork, let alone enough pitchforks to necessitate a pitchfork rack.
So,
This better not be a severed head.
I swear to God, you better be careful, Vince, or I'll break up with you. We broke up months ago. So anyways, he goes in there and he gets killed. And then we see where Ali is like, where is everyone at? So he runs in and he gets clubbed to kind of death.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's just getting hit numerous
Bludgeoned?
times. Bludgeoned. Yeah.
I like a good bludgeoning.
Yeah. And
I know you tell me that more than you should.
Ew.
Sometimes you just come up to me and you say that. You're like, I love bludgeoning.
So that
All
night,
right, man.
Rick and
Put
Chris
these
are
glasses away.
So that night, Rick and Chris are chatting about Chris and him and their like future, or well, their past a little bit. Meanwhile, the other boys are digging and or juggling. I'm sorry,
Juggling.
juggling. Well, you know what? I wrote this. So I was a little tired, and it looks like digging.
I did a visual of him just like digging holes with no agenda.
That's what I was like, digging.
I know, you look really confused. You're like looking at your nose. You're just like, digging? Question mark? I don't know.
I don't know if that's right.
By the way, speaking of the juggling, did you know this movie was shot in 3D?
So Vera goes for a walk, and then
Oh wait, by the way, so Debbie and Andy,
yes,
they go upstairs for what
The
do you
hammock.
normally call it?
hammocking.
No, you call it
Boinking.
something else.
Boing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where Vera looks at Shelly like, maybe, nope.
Yeah.
Just like a moment where she's like,
I don't know, man. And then
Shelly gets a little creep moment too. He's just kind of like,
Yeah.
And he's like, do
No.
you think maybe you and I? She's like, don't.
yeah,
Just stop.
She
I'm
was
gonna stop
testing
right there.
just how low her standards were.
Yeah.
It's just like a moment where she's like, you know.
How could you say that?
You know when you go to the fridge and you open the fridge and then you look and see what's in there, and then like 10 minutes later you go back into the fridge and you open it. You're not looking for new food. You're just seeing if your standards have lowered to what's in there.
Can I give you another fridge comparison?
Please.
So it's sort of like you go into the fridge and you see some milk and it's expired, and you're just like, maybe I'll drink that.
No.
Nah. No.
It's only a day, and then you smell it and you're like, nah,
But still, maybe it's not quite. It hasn't quite turned yet.
not yet. No.
That was her reaction to Shelly.
That shit. Poor Shelly.
Shelley,
He is
sour
potentially spoiled milk to her.
He should just stick to digging.
He should. So
That was
Chris-
expert level
That was
stuff right
excellent.
there.
Yeah.
Perfectly delivered, young
What I
Vince.
do.
Yeah, so that's
You're growing into a fine young man.
So Chris reveals to Rick that 2 years ago, her mom slapped her and she ran off into the woods. And that's when she came across Jason and he attacked her. But somehow she escaped him and woke up in her room the next day.
See, now Jason tucked her in, which
Yeah.
is really wonderful.
And they didn't mention this, like Chris forgot to, but I did see in the flashback next to her bed a bag of shrimp there. So it makes sense.
That's all that was going on in that scene. She thought he was like trying to hurt her, but he was really just
He's trying to shrimp her up.
yeah.
Want some shrimp? So then her and Rick head back to the cabin. Meanwhile, Vera gets pranked by Shelly. And Shelly is down and out because Vera got pissed at him. So Shelly heads out to the barn. And meanwhile, Vera's like hanging out by the docks and she drops Shelly's wallet into the lake. And she goes in to retrieve it. And that's when Jason comes out wearing the hockey mask and the harpoon.
The first appearance of the hockey mask.
Yep.
And it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
It's like
He looks awesome.
it's cool because like I don't think they would have known that Jason would become what Jason became, but he comes out and it's a legit reveal.
Yeah, it's
Like
awesome.
it's not just kind of like random or throwaway. It's awesome.
It's
The
incredible.
harpoon.
The harpoon to the eye, and again we see a little string, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
Was he like having skin issues, and like the doctor was like, you gotta change your mask. You can't you gotta let your head breathe. If you want to cover.
It's not good for you. You're getting a rash. It's making
the
your
odors from your shrimp breath are actually
The fumes.
eating away your flesh.
That's why he looks the way he does.
Yeah.
No man's supposed to eat that much shrimp.
You're actually allergic to shrimp and shouldn't be eating it. This fucking face is so swollen.
He puts the shrimp down for a week and he just looks like a normal guy.
He's just beautiful.
It's like,
Turns out it's just an allergic reaction.
he looks into the mirror. It's basically Tom Selleck looking back.
I'm actually quite beautiful and I show some
realize-
self-control.
But better eat that shrimp. So Vera drops the wallet and she gets a harpoon through the eye. Then Jason heads into the cabin and kills Andy, who is walking around on his hands and stuff. And his stuff is weird because I never understood like the
dynamic of that guy. Like what is his deal?
what is going on?
Because he kind of looks like he's like. There's a lot of things going on with Andy. Like you see him, and at first you're like, is he wearing like a Letterman's jacket? But it's not.
No. And I don't know
Is
if
he an
he's-
actor also?
I think he's a circus performer.
That's
'cause
what I was thinking when I was
he's
watching
like
the
a
movie last
juggler
night.
and he's walking around on his hands. And I'm like, maybe he's a clown, and that's why he hangs out with Shelley.
Yeah, I feel like that's how they met. They met like improv class.
You know, they met in clown college, and they really took to. They're roommates.
Yeah,
so
he
maybe
says
that's
that.
what it is. Yeah, maybe they're in clown college.
I think
together.
we wrote a nice backstory for these two
Yeah,
clowns.
let's do that movie.
Don't do it.
No, we don't.
It's already in the works.
So he kills Andy, and then we see where he kills Debbie. But I do love that she is reading Fangoria.
Hey, real quick before we get to that, because I want to
Yeah.
talk about that too. So when she's like in the shower, I'm not even kidding. The shower scene happens, and literally Pumpkin jumps up. My cat's name is Pumpkin, by the way. Everyone listening at home. He jumps up in front of the TV, and it is literally censoring everything. I'm like, he's a very PC cat.
Oh.
He like jumped up and he was like tracking with her.
He's like, hey.
I was like, okay.
You just see him, his
Good for you,
arms out,
man.
and he's like going back and forth every time she moves.
He's like, you will respect this young lady.
So is it fair to say every time there's a shower scene in any of these movies, it's homage to Psycho?
I probably.
Yeah? No?
Maybe
Okay.
like
Just-
to like when people are like in showers because of Psycho, you have that thing in your head where you're like, well, they're in the shower, they're vulnerable, they're definitely going to get stabbed. But she don't get stabbed in the shower. She gets
No.
hammock stabbed.
She got stabbed through the hammock,
But you're right, she is reading Fangoria.
which is awesome. And
That was a horrible addiction I had as a child.
Yeah.
Did you ever read Fangoria, Shane?
No, I haven't.
No.
I know what
That's
that-
where it was at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
got,
was
I got
awesome.
them like their like Facebook page, so I get all the you know what I mean, the
Yeah.
news and all that stuff. But
Leo, when we were kids, there was no internet. So in order to find out about horror movies, we had to buy this magazine called Fangoria, and it was like for horror fans, and they would give you all the news about upcoming horror films. They'd show you like some stills and give you some interviews from the actors and special effects people. It's awesome. And Godzilla was interviewed once.
Yeah, yeah, and I love that there's a
Interesting.
little story about Godzilla.
Yeah.
Where she's like, oh, I'm gonna check this one out. And
See, Leo, we're like really old.
yeah.
So like,
And really nerdy.
yeah,
So
we're
nerdy.
about 107.
Speak for yourself, Vince.
Yeah, old Smokey.
So Cheech and his girlfriend are cooking, and Cheech he goes to check out on the generator. He has a name,
No,
but
Cheech.
I just called him Cheech.
Walmart Cheech.
I
He's
think it's
Cheech.
Chuck, right? It's Chuck.
It's Cheech and Chongette.
Chucky.
So Shelly shows up, and and then we see where Cheech gets the lights working, and right before he gets electrocuted, killed by Jason, which is awesome.
And is that becomes a thing moving forward?
What?
Jason killing someone with electricity? I remember you guys saying, or no?
There's a lot of electricity going on.
Is
in
there
these movies.
I thought that was
He
one of
does
his
it a couple
go-tos.
times. Yeah. Freddy vs. Jason. He kills
Killing people
Lachlan
with-
Monroe.
Yeah.
And then in Jason X, he does.
With electricity?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, I remember that.
It
That's
was
when
like-
I remember you saying like that's a thing that he likes to do, kill people with electricity.
Yeah.
See, guys, I pay
Electricity.
attention when you say shit.
Yeah.
Wait, who's he killed with electricity in Jason X? I feel like you're just saying stuff.
No, I'm 90%.
Hey, let's
sure.
pause the podcast to prove Rory right.
Yeah, let's go watch Jason X, and we'll be right back.
Hey, viewers at home, we're gonna pause. No, we're actually just gonna let this run. Watch Jason X.
So, yeah, we see him get killed, and then Chaser's girlfriend gets poked by Jason. Not, via Facebook, but literally pokered.
And it's rad.
And it was awesome. That was actually one of my favorite
Did she
deaths.
foreshadow that by using the poker in the house?
I think, yeah. I think they foreshadow a couple deaths in this, right?
Yeah. But I heard she was so high, she probably didn't even feel it at that point.
She can't see my poker face.
Leo, do you...
Jason was singing that as he killed her. Mask.
That's Leo, what's your favorite death
My favorite death?
in this movie?
The
Preface.
Probably, I think it's a death, but I don't think we got to it yet.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
All right. I'm not gonna say who gets killed by them.
Thank you.
Spoiler. It's like he grabs the person. I'm not gonna say their gender either. It's just them. He grabs them and then he like crushes their brain and then their eyes come out.
Same string comes back.
That's it.
I love a good eye popping, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the poker face.
You're very considerate to the viewers or listeners at home. Because
Right.
we just like throw out spoilers. This whole show was built on spoilers.
Yeah, man.
I thought about that the one day. Like, we never really put anything in front of the show saying, like, if you haven't seen this movie,
Go watch it first.
before you listen to it. Because
Yeah.
we just go through the whole thing and spoil it.
I know, like, non-horror people that do listen to our show actually appreciate it because then they don't have to, like, see all the deaths and stuff.
Why
but
is anyone listening?
I don't know why anyone listens.
We should put a thing at the beginning that says, just don't. Stop. Don't listen to
cut
us.
it out.
Come on.
I want to like find out exactly how many like minutes the average life runs and just remind them you are wasting time.
What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing with your life? So
My
Rick and
favorite
Chris-
lines in any movie. What is happening?
What is happening? So Rick and Chris get back, and Rick takes a look around, and he comes across Jason and gets his head squished until one of his eyeballs pop out.
Yep,
which
that's the
I
death.
agree. I think that might be
That's
my
the best.
favorite
I
in
agree.
this movie too.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I do
yeah,
like
probably
the
the-
harpoon in Vera's eye.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
That's a good one though too.
I liked Harold, too. Harold was a good one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Harold was a good one too. I might give it to Vera with the eye,
Yeah.
the harpoon.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch this movie.
Okay. Good. So Chris heads to the barn, and she sees a dead Rocco, and then a dead Rick, and Jason pops in. Luckily, Chris drops a bunch of books onto Jason.
Oh wait, there's before Jason comes through the window, which by the way, that's an awesome shot.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
But there's this moment when I was watching this. She's in this little cabin area.
Yeah.
Looks like a cabin, some room, whatever. But it shows her and she like runs over and she shuts the door.
Yes.
And then there's like a window and she runs over and
Yeah,
closes
she
it. And
closes
then there's like
it, yeah.
another window that she runs over and closes.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wish this was just 45 minutes.
Closing
Just,
stuff.
Closing
shutting
every
windows
window and door.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the kind of crap I write in this notebook.
But I do love that, yeah, she's like running around, right, doing this. And then at one point she drops a bunch of books onto Jason, and he's like, literature, my only weakness. So Chris makes a run for the van, quoting Laurie Strode a little bit. She's like, keys. And then she tries to drive off, but no luck. And eventually she runs back to the barn. Where
As
she
you
just
would.
was. Yeah, as she would. And where she
Well,
hides.
it's safe in there, right? Nothing bad happened in that barn.
No, everything's good in that
It's
barn.
an abandoned barn. Let's run to it
And,
for safety.
Yeah.
As Jason's tearing up the
Nothing sharp
place,
in there.
she's almost saved by Ali. He pops out. He's like, "You bastard!" And then they start fighting. But Jason just starts chopping him up into pieces. Like literally, we see him chop off his hand, and then he's just like chopping off.
Merely a flesh wound.
Yes, and then
What if he just kept getting up?
yeah,
Like,
he's just like,
missing his arms.
Yeah.
Like, gets back
"Come
up.
on, man!"
Jason just like wipes his brow. He's like, oh, God,
God,
stay
this guy
down.
Just stay down, man.
Like Austin Powers.
with that,
I'm still alive. Oh, my arm! You got my arm. Oh wait, I'm still alive.
but with that distraction, Chris is able to machete Jason into the head, and that's where the movie ends. And well, technically, ends for Jason.
It's like an axe.
It's like an axe, yeah.
Through the shoulder, like, or was it through the head? I forget.
It was in the head.
Yeah.
Because, well, that axe to the head,
Yeah.
that's like the weirdest continuity that the movies would stay with all the way down the line.
Right.
Because she like hits him in the head with the axe.
Yeah.
And there's that weird thing where throws his arms out.
Yeah.
But it's like in every movie following this, that
They keep the
axe
scar.
mark is there. No, just like the crack
Yeah,
in the
for-
mask,
and the-
and it's
yeah.
it's kind of awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
Yeah, that's a cool touch.
I don't know why I told anybody that.
And then she has this weird nightmare, which, she has a weird nightmare where she thinks she's okay, and then it's Jason's mom that pops out of the water this time.
They're like, hey, remember that ending from the first movie?
That got
Here
you
it is
guys?
again,
Yeah.
but a little worse.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense either. Here you go. And so then she's like, oh my god, and she's like freaking out, and she's getting taken away in the ambulance, and then the credits roll, and that's we do see a little bit of Jason again laying in the barn.
Yeah.
Because they just needed...
Taking a long break.
Yeah. You just... one more shot of that barn
Before
we go.
Thinking about his life's choices.
So, with that being said, that's the end of the movie. Now, Shane, what did you think of this movie?
I enjoyed it. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of love all those Friday the 13th movies, and then they just kind of, in my opinion, they just get better. You know what I mean? For me, I mean, like,
Yeah.
You're
I like
right.
3, 4, 5, 6, and then after that, it's kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I really enjoy it. It's fun. It's like a good 80s slasher. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah, I
absolutely.
had fun with it. I love Jason. He's like one of my favorite slashers of all. You know what I mean? So
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then, Leo, what did you think? Now, is this your favorite Friday?
I think I might like part 4 a little bit better, but
I
I do
agree.
like this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's like my second favorite, and of course there's part 6. But yeah.
You want to come back for the final chapter when we do it?
We don't have to do these movies, guys.
Yeah,
we
we
can skip
do.
around. We can do other
Wanna?
stuff. That's better.
Yeah, well, when we're doing it, you want to come back? And...
F you, Vince. How about you,
On the final
Vince?
chapter.
I enjoyed this. I thought it was pretty good. Really liked the way that it looked. Wasn't too cheesy. Someone said that this was shot in 3D.
I think it
Think?
might have been.
Okay.
It's
I
not
wish,
clear.
I don't know. I wish I could have seen it in 3D. I think that would have been. Did they re-release this? Like with authentic 3D or no? Do we not have the technology to do that yet?
Oh, do you mean like
yeah.
the release? Yeah,
Like remastered, but
Yeah.
in today's 3D.
Oh, now I don't know if it's like that James Cameron 3D.
Okay, yeah.
Which James Cameron, if you're listening to this podcast,
He's not.
Right now, oh, he is.
He's a big
So-
fan.
Yeah, he's like underwater right now listening to us.
He actually goes back and re-edits our episodes to make them even better. It's pretty... He's like, oh, this is actually more accurate. Hold on, let me fix this.
This is actually more accurate to EJ.
Yeah.
Loved Harold. Loved Shelley. Here's my takeaway from this. If we were to do part 4, I might not be like sad about that because I'm interested to see where the character is going to go. Are they do they progressively get better up until a point, and then we get Jason X?
I don't think that they ever get to the point where they're like unbearable.
Do they get better until we get to Jason X? Yes.
That's kind of what
I
I'm
might
saying.
be
Like,
in on this.
I definitely am interested to go back and watch 1 though to see how this all started, but I feel like that would ruin the bit for us if I start watching the first movies before we go further.
You'll like them because, or maybe you won't. I don't know. They're very simple.
Yeah.
You know, like they're there's no like
You know what to expect.
politics or
Yeah.
any kind of like hot topics in these movies. They know what they are. There's a lot of creative kills. You could just kind of shut your brain off and enjoy it. I know, like, I agree with you. After like 6, there is a
Yeah.
little bit of a change in the franchise,
Right.
but like never to the point where I'm like, oh, I hate 7, because there's a
No.
lot of great stuff in 7,
Yeah.
and I'm a defender of 8. in a big
Yeah,
bad way.
eight's like fun, but it's definitely has its weirdness.
It
too.
does.
Yeah.
But like a good kind of weirdness. You know, like when you see like a movie that sucks today, and you're like, that movie really sucks. And
Yes.
you watch these movies, and you're like, that's got problems, but I can still.
There's still
watch
something
it.
about it.
Yeah,
that
there's
you
something
love.
charming.
Like I love the spaghetti kill.
Oh, with the harpoon thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then it looks just like spaghetti at the end of it. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right. He moved on from shrimp, but it's like, but I always thought
Jimmy,
that
wasn't that his name?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, what is that? Like, what is that supposed to
It's
be
spaghetti.
from the body?
He
Yeah,
moved
I
on
guess
from
so.
shrimp to spaghetti.
Yeah. So
Spaghetti.
one thing we like to do.
Oh wait, you didn't ask me how I liked it.
Oh, what did you
What the
think?
fuck's wrong with you?
Road Dog. What'd you
Sorry,
think?
Leo. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, he did.
No, do it again.
I'm gonna-
Do it again.
Don't you ever not ask me how I feel about him.
Don't make me curse in front of that kid again.
I'm so sorry.
sorry.
just-
No, I
what
like
did you
it.
think?
I, as I said, really enjoy all these movies to varying degrees.
Yeah.
I like that this is just kind of like, what's a slasher movie? It's
Right.
Friday the 13th Part 3.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For better or worse, this is what a slasher film
Where
is.
does this hold up for general fans of the franchise?
I feel like it's probably somewhere in like
toppers.
the
Near the top?
middle-ish,
I would say, yeah, like higher tier.
higher middle
Yeah.
area. Yeah. The franchise
If
was
there's
still
like 10
rocking and rolling.
movies, this is in the upper 5.
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends
would
on
say
who you
so.
talk to.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's like, fucking 3, man. What a
I
trash
feel like
movie.
if anything, what's weird about 3 is that I feel like it's not talked about a lot in comparison to the other ones. People have a lot of thoughts on the other movies.
Yeah.
And don't you feel like that? Like 3 kind of gets sidestepped a little bit.
Yeah. No, I feel like a lot of people hate 5. I know
They're wrong, but that's go ahead.
they're wrong, but yeah, 5 definitely gets. It's on that side of where people dislike 5 very strongly.
Uh-huh.
I love it,
Me
but
too.
a lot of people do not. But then, like the more favorable ones, I feel like 4 and 6 are like probably top tier.
You know
what I
what's
mean?
weird about 6, Vince? Is that it's
And 2 as well.
2 is
I feel
awesome.
like 2 is up there. Yeah.
6 is like a legitimate movie.
Okay.
Like they made like a really great film out of 6.
Are we going to do 6?
We are. We have
Okay,
to.
good.
There's a Great House Cooper song in it.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Some guy.
Okay.
Some
We get it, Vince. You're too cool for us.
yeah, old Smokey.
You don't know.
Say it all the time.
We get it. You don't like music.
Yeah. He certainly never talks about music.
Never.
Not nearly enough.
Not once.
Yeah.
What were
So
you gonna say?
let's get into emojis. What are your emojis for this movie? Who wants to start us off?
I'll go. I got mine up.
Okay.
I got a fox. I got a gas station pump, a cigarette right after that, followed by an eyeball, and I just added a shrimp.
Nice.
Cool.
I
Nice.
like it. I like it.
I'll go next.
All right.
So I got a goldfish, I got a bunny, I got a snake, and I got a mouse, because they all made appearances in this movie. And I don't care about anything else that happened.
Yeah.
If anything, once they left the film, I felt like it went down a little bit. That rabbit was crushing it. I'm just saying.
He was.
He was really acting like a good
What does it
rabbit.
say about me that I'm sadder to see the animals die than the people?
That says the best kind of thing about you.
Okay. All right.
People are trash.
I see the
There's no
the-
such thing as a bad bunny.
Yeah. I see a rabbit on the side of the road kind of dead. I'm like, "Oh, that's sad." But then I see somebody
Acting.
impaled
He was
with
acting.
I'm sorry. Impaled with a hay bale. I'm like, "That's cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
cool.
just want to see more people die, you know?
He gets it.
Like, I watched, like, a Saw movie, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
get that guy.
This Mike's, yeah.
But then I see, like, you know, like Old Yeller or something. I don't know.
No, you don't want that.
Has any of... If we have, like a teenage listener right now, do you know what I just said?
Old
I barely
Yeller?
do. Old Yeller. Your grandpa cried during that movie.
All right. How about Shane? How about you?
Emojis I got a zombie, a ninja, a cigarette, and an axe.
Cigarette.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Love it.
Perfect.
Yes. And Leo?
All right. Okay. I have blood, axe, pickaxe, machete, a rabbit, and last but not least, they didn't have this, but a hockey mask.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
Since this is the first one that has the hockey mask.
So, Leo, you tried harder than I did.
That's not hard to do.
True, I barely try with these emojis. I never remember to do them.
EJ, what you got?
All right, I have a van
Nice.
for Chris's van.
Uh-huh.
And then I have a clown
There you go.
face emoji
Attaboy.
with a pencil next to it for clown college. And that was my.
Did you have a shovel for digging?
No, I looked for a shovel,
They didn't
but
have one.
I should have had. No, I didn't have one. All right. With that being
Hey,
said,
real quick thing. I forgot
Yeah.
to bring this up to you guys before.
Uh-oh.
Do you know that shack that Jason's living out of, and at the beginning they show the flashback from 2?
right?
Did you know that that's the headquarters for Gravy Diggers?
No,
Yeah.
tell me more.
That's literally
Go on.
home base for Gravy Diggers.
What is
have
gravy?
No
Diggers?
idea.
Oh, well, wait. Are we talking about the pot pie company?
Oh, are we into plugs? EJ, go ahead.
Segway.
All right, let's talk about plugs. Well, first, let's go with our guest, Shane. What do you have to plug, buddy? Anything coming up or projects or anything like that?
Nah, dude. I mean, plugs. We got a 3 Jacks Burger Bar. That's awesome.
Ooh, let's get into it.
Um,
Boys, what do we think of the new software?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Everybody's happy with it.
It's cool.
It's
Again,
like they made a real great video game system, and then they're like, we're going back to Pong.
Yeah. It's very simple. Yeah.
but nah, also plugs. I got. I don't know, my one buddy. He's apprenticing tattooing down at the Hive. That's pretty cool. John Cadwalder. So shout out to him.
Does he have an IG that people can look up?
IG, yeah, JCAD, I think.
Nice.
Yeah,
Alright.
JCAD at the Hive,
Plug
dude.
it
He's
away.
killing it down there. What else we got, Lee?
Nothing that for you. I don't
Nah,
know.
we're going to Fan Expo in like 10 days. That's pretty exciting.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah.
we're
I
hyped
can't
for that.
wait.
Leo, do you want to plug the PSSAs?
Yeah, and just to say, there are 2 things I want to talk about. Okay, so they're not that long, but yeah, they're very important.
Hit us.
The PSSAs suck. Don't do them.
Is that what one of the S's stands for in
I like to
PSSAs?
think some kid just dropped out of school.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, Leo's
What
leaving
else,
my
buddy?
future."
Hey,
Gets
yep.
me, man. Leo, rebel.
Yeah. It's bad. It's horrible. I don't suggest you do
Dude,
it.
his teacher's listening to this right now.
What else, bud?
And yeah, just play Five Nights at Freddy's, any game.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2, 3, 4, any one. Any one is cool. I really like all of them, and make sure to play them. One of the best horror games ever.
Are there any movies coming out that you're excited for?
No, not that I can think of right now.
Except
even-
for Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool.
I know you.
3.
Wait,
Sonic
what about
Free.
Five Nights at
Sonic
Freddy's
Free.
2?
Oh yeah, I think that's coming out in 2025.
All right, we'll do.
So
we'll,
we and when that comes, I'll come back. I
You
always
bet you will.
come back.
I want some applause in there.
I know.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'll be back. I always come back.
Love it.
Shane, I just want to say, of all the people that I podcast with that work at 3 Jacks,
Yeah.
you're my favorite.
Thanks, dude. You too.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, I forgot
Here,
for a second.
bring out the light.
Young Vince, how about you, buddy?
Adam Farley's music. Trying to think. That's pretty much all I got going on right now.
Yeah, you know,
I'm
Adam
really.
was like, I had such a great time. He was like, I love hanging out with you and Rory and Chance. And I was like, oh, Vince, you mean? He was like, is that his name? No, I'm just kidding.
He's been texting me nonstop
Young
pictures.
Chance?
Yeah, Young Chance. Thanks.
No, I'm just kidding. No, go ahead.
He's been texting me nonstop. He's showing me old pictures of the band I was in. I can't believe. I'll have to show you some of the pictures.
I think he
Later.
just
Did
sent
he?
them to me
All right,
too.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
he just sent me a bunch of pictures. So,
Was it?
yeah.
Was I clothed in that?
I don't know. I didn't even look yet.
okay,
I just
fair enough.
I just noticed when I was doing my emojis. I'm like, I'll have to check those out later.
No, that's all I got.
Yeah,
3
Adam
Jacks.
Farley's
I mean,
music.
I work here and we have burgers and stuff.
Hey, fun fact. While I'm editing these episodes, Sometimes I'm talking to Adam Farley via AOL Instant Messenger.
Get the kids in on that.
Hey,
man.
if anybody is listening at home right now wants to join the AOL Instant Messenger party, come join us.
Just
join us.
do it.
I got things to
way too
plug.
much time.
Join us for a bite.
All right, go ahead.
I got things to plug. Raven View Productions.
Nice.
It's on the Facebook
Nice.
and the YouTube. Magic happens there, says me. We got Fourth Cut Reviews. That's a production company run by some guy we know.
Yeah,
Name's
we
Chris
do.
Conforti. The real thing to talk about here, Kitties of any PA Pet Rescue. You hear me talk these guys up every once in a while, maybe every episode, and sometimes I might mock you. I might say horrible things to you. I might threaten you a little bit, but you should get involved because these people save cats.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
That's
you
all.
know,
That's all you need to
that's
do.
all you need.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you are thinking of donating your money to like sick children or people with diseases, save it.
Yeah.
There's a
Save
cat
it.
out there that needs a toy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, variant season. Will Perna, Mark Yanos, those cats. They
Yeah.
write some great rock music. Check them out. I already brought up Gravy Diggers, but I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, he
Do
gets
it
too
again.
much. He gets too much biz here.
I know.
Yeah, he gets a lot of
He's been
this.
stealing a lot of product from us.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what'd be really fun? We have something else we can plug, but we might have a special guest
Just do
over
it.
in the waiting in the in the wings to come promote his own stuff.
Yes.
So
let's do it.
let's welcome to the show Mr. Jon Snow.
Boo.
What do you got for us, John?
How's it going, kids? My name is Jon Snow. I'm a local music celebrity. I'm in like 95 tribute bands right now.
Yeah.
I just came from band rehearsal. We're practicing our Slipknot tribute band, Wait and Bleed. That's coming out this
Yes.
fall. I'm sure we got more stuff coming later. Yeah.
You are the new metal messiah.
Metal Messiah.
I love it. Yes.
Jon
Yes.
Snow.
And you guys mentioned literally all my plugs except one, so I do have one thing to plug.
I don't
and
want to hear
that's
it.
Gravy Diggers.
Gravy Diggers. no. Actually, I wanted to plug a friend of the show, someone we worked on a movie with, Chris Alou. He just dropped his EP.
Oh yes.
And it is really, really good. If you could check it out on iTunes or Spotify, wherever you listen to music.
Wait, are you talking about the star of Burden of Beauty?
The star of Burden of
Oh,
Beauty.
interesting.
I know a
Yeah.
female that would disagree with that, but anyway.
One of the stars of the Burden of Beauty. No, Chris Alou, just a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Just like whatever that kid touches turns to gold.
It's
he's
very
terrific actor,
Billy
performer.
Joel-esque.
He's one of those people, much like Jon Snow, that you just see them and it's like, it's not fair that you have all this talent and like we're just living our lives like normal people. But yeah, Chris Alou excels at everything he does.
Yeah.
I worked with him very short doing the ADR with him.
Do you remember how quick he got adapted to that?
Yeah,
Explain to him what happened with the ADR.
So he would come in and do
Well,
the.
first off, explain what ADR is.
So there was a lot of audio that didn't go for the Burden of Beauty, so you have to re-record. It's dialogue that you just kind of slip in because there's a car driving by, or you're just not saying it loud enough into the microphone for you to not hear it. So you basically have to re-perform or react with the same tone and everything that you did there. This kid, like single takes, it was ridiculous.
Never did it before.
Never did it before. Never did ADR before. Came in unbelievably professional. You want me to do it again? I'll do it again. I'll keep going. It took direction. Awesome. Unlike that, who's the other guy that we had to do ADR with?
Oh yeah.
That was a nightmare.
We had to bring in a total different actor just
Oh
to
my
do
god!
the voice.
Yeah, Chris Alou was done in, I want to say, 25 minutes for everything. Literally, almost all of his dialogue.
What was funny was that like we had the footage playing for him, and there'd just be like a beep. where
yeah,
had
and
to,
he would
like-
just know, and he
But
would
he
go.
stopped looking at the screen.
Yeah, because he just heard
He
himself
just heard
and knew
the
how to
beep,
say
and
it.
he
Yeah.
just like had it so perfectly timed. So yeah, look up Chris Alou.
His music is literally
Oh, he can sing too?
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Oh,
Good for him.
dude, yeah.
and play. And he's a great keyboard player.
So
At
he's-
your Halloween party, it wasn't last year, but the year before.
Yeah.
He did some Billy Joel, and you know, like sometimes like you see your friends go up and they perform, and you're like, oh, cool. He started singing, and he got so into it that I was like, oh, My soul is reacting.
So you're saying that
Tears on my
he can act, he's a professional, and he can sing?
Yeah.
And he's adorable.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny how much he loves you, Vince.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Sad.
He actually hates you.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
That hurt.
Chris is literally one of the
That hurt
nicest
me.
guys. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm
So yeah,
just
look
kidding.
him up on. I know he's on Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify and iTunes. I bought it immediately. It's only like $5 for the EP. So yeah, it's awesome. So check it out. Check us out on Facebook, Freakquels on Facebook. You can email us at freakquelpodcast@gmail.com.
We may or may not check the emails once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes we do,
Sometimes.
but not all the time.
Not this episode.
Not the last
We're-
5 episodes.
Here's the thing. We consistently check the email. It's just that it's inconsistent.
Yeah. Man, you are just nailing it.
I might add in some cricket sound effects.
Oh, please do. I love that. I love it. Just so awkward. So quiet.
No, and also make sure to rate and review us on Spotify and iTunes. Every little bit of rating and review helps. So we appreciate you guys, and thank you every week for listening in and tuning in and just checking us out. We appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you, we would probably still do this, but
Yeah. You actually don't really provide any meaning in our life. We've heard other podcasts say stuff like this, so we're just going through the motions.
just going through those motions. But with that being said, thank you to our guests, Shane and Leo. Thank you again for coming on. Please come back anytime.
All right.
You're welcome back anytime.
Leo, you're a gentleman and a scholar. We like having you.
Yes.
So definitely come back.
Thank
Shane.
You too, Vince.
Meh,
Yeah,
not
thanks,
so.
buddy.
Okay.
Yep.
Shane, I'll see you
guys.
tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
buddy.
no. Thank you so much, guys,
Always
for
a
coming
pleasure.
on.
Yeah.
And always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. And, guys, with that being said, thank you for listening to Hey, you want to come dig a hole with me?
In 3D.
Put down that tree.